Okay, good morning everyone. Today is Tuesday, January 27th, and here is our video for our math virtual meetup. So if you weren't here, we're going to be reviewing what we did in class today. And if you were in class today and just need a little reminder of how to do long division with remainders, you are in the right place. So before we begin, we're going to start with our I can statement. Okay, so this is what we want to understand by the time we're done. I can let's do here, hold on just a second. I can interpret, and find remainders using long division, or we know we also call long division horizontal division. Okay, so you can also call it horizontal division. Okay, and we're just going to do one of these problems together today. So first of all, I want to know, before we actually start this problem, what is a remainder? What does that mean? Okay, so think about it for a second. I'm going to highlight, or underline rather, the main word in remainder. It's this word remain. So we're looking for what remains after we have made as many groups as possible. So here is an example. Here's an example. Let's see. We have 48. And we're going to divide 48 by 6. So remember, this is the same thing as saying 48 divided by 6. We just put it in horizontal division. And remember, these are the same thing. This is a division sign, and this is also a division sign. Okay? But let's look at this. So I'm going to ask myself a few questions. My first question, can I put a group of 6 into 4? The answer is no, right? Here are my 6. I cannot put this group of 6 into 4, right? It's too big. It's not going to fit. Okay? If I had 2 more, I could put those groups, this group into this group, right? It would match up. But I do not. So we're going to move to the next number, which is 8. Okay? And remember, when we moved to the next number, we were first looking at just the 4. Now we're looking at the 4 and the 8. Okay? And now I'm going to ask myself the question, how many groups of 6 can I put into 48? How many groups of 6 could I put into 48? Now we could make 48 dots, right? And we could make them into groups of 6. So we would circle groups of 6 until we got 48. But we know that that way takes a lot longer than just knowing our multiplication. Okay, so we are going to try to get really good at knowing our multiplication facts. Okay, so how about you do a few of these for me? Okay, so try your best to do them on your own. All right, so we know 6 times 4 is 24. 6 times 5 is 30. 6 times 6 is 36. 6 times 7 is 42. 6 times 8 is 48. We know that it goes in 8 complete times, so we can make 8 groups of 6 to give us 48. Okay, and then we would just subtract. We know there's nothing left over. There are no remainders. But if our number was, let's say it was 49 and not 48. Our number is 49. We know that 6 times 9 is 54. And that goes over the amount we're going to try to get. So 48 is our closest number to 49, which means I can put 8 complete groups of 6. Okay, so that would mean, remember if we were to draw this out, that would mean 1 group of 6, 2 group of 6, and we would make 8 of those groups of 6. Okay, so let's still always remember the multiplication that goes here with the division. Okay, so 8 times 6 is the closest I can get to 49. So I know that 8 times 6 is 48. Now I'm going to subtract. When I subtract, I'm going to subtract the 1s and then the 10s. 9 minus 8 is 1. 4 minus 4 is 0. Okay, so that 0 doesn't even matter since there's nothing in front of it. So 49 minus 48 equals 1, okay? And this is going to be my remainder. And the reason that it's my remainder, so we're going to put an R in 1. The reason it's my remainder is that I cannot make another group of 6 out of this 1, can I? No, I need 6 to be able to make another group, and 1 is too small, okay? So we're going to take this idea and actually do a problem from the book. Okay, so once I erase all this, and you can actually be turning there while I erase it, we are going to be on page 95 in your workbook. Okay, and if you don't have your workbook, that's okay. Just use a paper or pencil in front of you to try to work this out. It's important that you're doing this with me, okay? So that you are learning on your own as well, okay? It helps to actually do the work, okay? And actually write it out. So, when you get to page 95, so you're going to be on page 95, I want you to look at number 4, okay? So it should be 938 divided by 6. Okay, and remember that's how we say it. We say the dividend first. Okay, the large number is our dividend. So 938 divided by our divisor, which is 6. Okay, so I'm going to start with my first question. How many groups of 6 can go into 9 without going over? Right? That's very important. Okay, so we know that 6 times 1 is 6. 6 times 2 is 12. 12 is more than 9, so we're going to have to go with 1 time. And I'm going to go ahead and put this 1 in the same column, which is my 100s column. We see that this is in the 100s place. Now my 1 is in the hundreds place. Okay, and this will be my tens place and my ones place. So 1 times 6, or one group of 6, is 6. And now we subtract. 9 minus 6 is 3. Okay? Our next step is to bring down our next number, which is 3. Now I'm going to ask myself, how many groups of 6 can I fit into 33 without going over? Okay. And if I know some of my quick math, I know that 6 times 5 is 30, and 6 times 6 is 36. That one rhymes, right? So our closest number to 33 is 30. Okay, so 5 groups of 6. So I'm going to put the 5 in our tens place. 5 times 6 is 30, just like we said. So what I just said was 5 groups of 6 is 30. 33 minus 30 is 3. Now, finally, we're going to bring down our last number, which is 8. Okay, 38. Going to ask ourselves the question again. How many groups of 6 can I put into 38? Well, we already know that 6 times 6 is 36. So let's try 6 times 7. It's 42, and that's too much. Okay? So 42, so 7 groups of 6. 7 times 6 is, I said 6, but I wrote 7. 6 times 6 is 36. There we go. So 6 groups of 6 is our 36. We're going to subtract. Okay, we've got 2 left over. Now, there's no more numbers to bring down. So just to make sure, I'm going to ask myself, can I put a group of 6 into 2? I cannot. Okay, so 2 is going to be what I have left over. That's going to be my remainder. Okay? And if we wanted to check ourselves, what we're actually saying, so remember I said we're saying 938 divided by 6 equals, so 938 divided by 6, we know that it equals 156 remainder 2. Okay, that is our answer. And to check ourselves, like I was saying, we know that the inverse operation so the opposite operation of division is multiplication. So if I say, take my 156 and multiply it by 6. Okay, so I multiply it. This is how we multiply. 6 times 6 is 36. Then we go 5 times 6 is 30, plus the 3 is 33. And then 1 times 6 is 6, plus 3 is 9. Okay. Now we have 936. Is that 938? No, but we had 2 left over. So we're going to add those 2. And 936 plus 2 is 938. Okay, so that's a way to check. Our divisor, what we were dividing by, and our quotient, the answer we got, became our factors. 156 times 6. We got 936, and we know we had 2 left over, so we had to add those 2 back to get our answer of 938. All right, guys. So what you need to do now is go complete your exit ticket. If you have any questions or any problems, feel free to message me on Schoology, and I will be able to help. All right, great job today, guys.